Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary.
Devin Singletary, the ball carrier.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He'll buy some time right. Taking it. This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
Intercepted by the Steelers.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
The ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 64 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the...
Singletary loses it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 30, 10, and this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 9 now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and...
Now a run with Singletary. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Hardman to return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught inside the 15. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
9-yard line.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, a pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. He can run for, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
They're on 31-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0.
Steelers, nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
This is the tight end, Njoku. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Hardman on the return.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25.
The Ravens. Heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. Coverage that time by Deontay Thompson. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, well, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
Now a pass is taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Devin Singletary, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Extra point.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10. At their own 7.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson rolling to his left. He's going deep for Brunt, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
That's good.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over first.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They run here with Singletary. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. They find some open field here. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And now it's 2nd down. And incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well.
First down, Steelers.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. 21. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Jackson. Back to Brown, this time complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Ravens push further out in front.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talent. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now back to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4-yard line.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a lot.
And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
The two-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Ravens.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back to 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They go play action now. Jackson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. From 13 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Play action. It's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Now and the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 76 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
Set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
The first down pass.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Flush to his right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. 3rd and goal. Here's the option left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charlie...